Hey James, I'm sorry you're dealing with this. I just read your question here. You've got MAC lung disease, which is Mycobacterium avium complex in lungs. And I was going to ask you if they had checked for a mold condition, Aspergillus in your lungs, which was setting the pretext, creating the environment for the MAC lung disease. But then you went on to tell me that you had Aspergillus in the lungs. So I think what I would do, and I don't have experience with this, I'm just based on research, what I would do is deal with the mold in the lungs first, because you can get nebulized medication to try to treat the fungal infection in the lungs. And if you get that load and stress off the lungs, the antibiotics or the pharmaceuticals they're giving you for the mycobacterium should be able to get you over it. But if they're just hitting you with antibiotics and not treating the mold first, I think the chances are a lot lower of that being successful. Now, that being said, if you're in a moldy home, none of this is likely going to work. So I hope you've done an ERMI, and which is the dust test, and I'll put the link with this video on how to do an ERMI and where to get the ERMI on pharmacy.com. But make sure you're not living in mold, because if you're breathing in mold and feeling the fueling and feeding Aspergillus into your lungs, which is creating a horrible terrain in the lungs, which then it allows this mycobacterium to grow, you're not going to be able to get traction and healing. So start with the basics again. You hear me repeat it all the time. Clean air is number one. If you're breathing it in, you're not going to be able to heal that, because that's a big problem. And James, you just have to keep asking why. How did I get to the point where my lungs made a home for this bacteria, for this fungus? And it goes all the way back to exposure. Okay, so do an ERMI, run a mycotoxin lab, see how toxic you are, and then you need to have them give you the pharmaceutical to nebulize to get the aspergillosis down, and then go after the mycobacterium. So I hope that helps, James. Keep me updated. I'd love to hear. Shoot me an email or message me here on Facebook and let me know where you're at right now, because I would love to hear how you're coming along and kind of your history, how you got to this point and what's working, not working. I'd love an update. All right. Thanks, James.
Do you have questions about mold in your home or body? Book a consultation with Matt, aka the Mold Man, to guide your home and body to the next level of healing.